Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright's Attorney, where we will be continuing episode 4, Turnabout Goodbyes, while doing day 2, the trial. So let's go! Palmer, that's right. Manfred von Karma is the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case. Do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Ed. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. It's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me multiplied by a factor of 10. Ugh. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. Now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. He's as ruthless as me, times 20. It's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. Guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia. Maya. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry, I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been trained. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's time, let's head in. Oh yeah, look at this man, look at him. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defence is ready here. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. Decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. Prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10, she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Testify to the court about the arrest now. Oh, wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes. Actually, I am the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. The arrest of Edgeworth. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see, very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. Well, this guy. Huh. Okay. You received a call from a man. Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. They're different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. So they have summoned the woman who was camping. What happened next, detective? How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Oh, well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Objection. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your next year's salary review. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. God damn, this guy. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him there? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Oh dear. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue now. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. Didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. .22 caliber. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon. A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry. Murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. There were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Oh dear. We are in trouble. Order. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullets found in the body. Detective, was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes, the ballistic markings on the bullet matched the pistol. Hey Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. So imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Tusk. Very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart is without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order. This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now. But wait, just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it. Oh, Christ. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Oh my God, he's just running roughshod over everybody. My throat's killing me. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Is that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't choose them. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Say mine. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry, it's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't recall my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's your fault that counts. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their bad off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Yeah, today. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. You forgot Edgeworth was standing there. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Oh, it's you. Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. Don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand. Y'all need to learn some manners. Oh. Understand. Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Okay, here we go. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Obviously, you can't see who it was. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order, order. I will have order. Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. Hey, wait, Your Honour, I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. And Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know. Yes, I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a... Yes. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. Didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Yeah, so do I. Well, let me have a look at... Let's do that. Just after midnight, you said? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Yeah, well, yes. Oh, Judge, I know you want to find contradictions, but really... I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. We ain't going to be able to do a lot with this guy. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Oh, wait now, I'm the one who says that. Oh, then say it already. Christ. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time? No, I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Thanks, guy. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture, they're clear enough for you. Uh-oh. Wait a sec, I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. You're a fanny. Fire 3 times. They aren't, are they? Oh, I messed up. Why do I keep doing this? Keep doing this. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright. not meaningless babble. It's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake. It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Oh. Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I sustain. Do you keep your promise? Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalise any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood. Nick, what's this one is fishy, Nick? Real fishy? I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that? It was me. Something wrong? Do you need to use our facilities? No, I do not. Not a heart. Your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth at night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defence's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea, Jimmy? That's some kind of criminal. Saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you will. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the court. He is in the contempt of court and must leave. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, right? Nick is innocent. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix, right? Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and I have the right to cross-examine her again. Order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. My affair. You will leave the courtroom immediately. I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Why? You're crazy. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man? believe you claim there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. I'll find it, if you can. Oh, for God's sake, really? You're taking the piss. Should have known it was that. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart, finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took. The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So, this picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Barman. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Did you see the defendant that night? Of course, I said I could. Meant I could. And please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right, it was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting the camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. You used binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Binoculars? It'd be the same. Be the same. You still use fun. So how could you see her? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is. Oh shit. The judge with the burn. Your camera. Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. Camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. Binoculars. Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera, or... This may be the first time, but I'll have to save it after, just in case. Let's press further. The camera is our most important shot. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Very well, Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear you. Camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteor? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you spoke to her. No unnecessary comments, please. If there was a heavy... How binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. Did you say you clearly saw them? I did, yeah. Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony. Right, okay. We know that noise out on the lake on my binoculars. Bollocks. Bollocks. Ah! What am I missing here? I must set up tape to your shower. No? Fuck! What the frick, man? Ah. Bollocks! No. Done. Oh shit. I slowed. I messed up. Fucking idiot. Yes. I'll skip all this. I did that, I'm sure I did that. Never mind. You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars and stars. Oof. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Your Honor, take a look at this. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. Oh, what's this, a newspaper article? Gordy. Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake once. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this gourd. Maybe I ain't got it. Your camera was said to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had to set the camera to respond to loud noises. I actually guessed the camera, by the way. Order. See. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad at all. Your lawyer's that smart. So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? I don't change what I saw, did it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey, But as she so succinctly said, so what? Changes nothing. What could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Oh, right, fine, I'll testify. I won't change nothing, though. And I'm going to spot it. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was doing. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out of the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands. I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time. Crossed my heart and hoped to fry. I already know the answer to this one.
Objection.
The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defence's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, you must have something in mind. That would be a first. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. I'm just going to go straight for the gun. I'm going to save it first. Because I don't trust this shit. I don't trust this shit. Because I've made so many mistakes. Alright. Imagine what a stupid beautiful picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. And that's what I was hiding. When I heard the bang. What? Oh my god! My load. For Christ's sake. And what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. Oh. An investigative photographer. Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures of my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. The UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO? That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. Bigfoot side on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper. Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera. Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyses every sound it clicks up and when it gets banged. It snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. I think it's time you told us why you thought you had to find your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah, is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually, Mr. Wright, I'll not have you ask questions with no relevance to this case. Right, hang on. Because he asked how many photos it took, right? But she didn't actually answer the question. So let me present. Forget the. No, it's fine. Ugh. Okay, that's good. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know, if she heard a bang and she thought Gertie was out, I don't doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What can I do now? What you give me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Witness continue. Hold your hush puppy, Pops. I'm getting there. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe it was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore neither. I'd better find some sort of testimony. It's back! So it's this one. It's the one before the last one. I don't know what it will be. That's the problem I've got here. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I want to save it again. Let me present. No. Ah. Fine. Have it your way. Right. Yeah, because you said about Gordy, didn't you? So it's got to be that. Yeah. I thought I had to think about it. Miss Hart, were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I wasn't looking at it. It's the only thing out there any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person. But you are far from normal. What? You don't want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordon. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order, continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you would do. Well, now that you're mentioned, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there or not. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat? Sorry, I wasn't fibbing really. I thought, I could be witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I'm sure I was watching the boat till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who it is. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pile. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karman let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karman. What should I do? Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Foster von Copper? Miss Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Okay, 12:15. Happy now, Mr. Wright? You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of the Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? You're right. There is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about the photo screen? Here you are. The shoot, huh? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding a pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon are from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? There is only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order. So you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. You think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further meter away. Meter? That's 3 feet. There is no way it could have been suicide. Order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I'd already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. We got out of that one. Somehow. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Good. I'm going to go check on mine. Oh, right. What? Tell her, Sophie. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. I mean, we requisitioned the transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. To be continued. Thank God my throat's killing me. Depending on how my throat is tomorrow, I might have a couple of days or a day just to just to rest my throat. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll be back next time when I'll be doing day 2 investigation to find out who killed that Hammond on the boat. So thank you and goodbye.